Welcome to the third video of the video series How to Build Your Dropshipping Store with WooCommerce. Now comes the fun part, designing your store. With Elementor Pro, we'll go beyond a basic look to create a storefront that not only looks great, but feels professional and trustworthy. Get ready to see how design can make or break your success and learn how to build a store your customers won't want to leave. First, using Blocksy and predefined templates. To get started with our design, we'll explore using Blocksy, a powerful and lightweight WordPress theme that pairs perfectly with Elementor. One of the greatest perks of Blocksy is its collection of predefined templates that allow for a rapid setup and customization. You can kick off with your project with a beautiful, responsive design without the steep learning curve. The second method is search for a designer on Fiverr. Are you looking for a more unique design? Let's say you want to elevate your design or add unique touches but lack the skills. Fiverr is an excellent marketplace where you can hire experienced designers to handle everything from a complete web design to refining certain elements. This process will take longer, but the outcome is more unique. So why are we going with Blocksy instead of a designer via Fiverr? Outsourcing to a designer can be an effective way to get a custom look, but it often comes with higher costs and time-consuming feedback loops. Each adjustment or revision requires communication and can stretch the timeline significantly. On the other hand, using predefined templates like those provided by Blocksy offers a faster, easier path to launch. With Blocksy, you gain immediate access to high-quality, customizable designs that let you take control without waiting on third parties. In this video, we'll use Blocksy to strike the perfect balance between professional aesthetics and efficiency. Time is money. And Blocksy's intuitive templates mean you can get your store up and running in record time, all while maintaining a polished, trustworthy appearance. This approach ensures you can focus on growing your business without any delays. So let's not wait any longer. Let me jump right in and show you what we can do with Blocksy. Now, first things first. When you go to jessicariche.com/Blocksy and go to the starter sites, select e-commerce, you can see which templates are available. Now, what's most important is that the template is available for Elementor. So when we hover over one of the templates, we can see below here which page builder is supported. Also, you can see which templates are only included in a Pro plan and which are freely downloadable and usable. So for example, if we scroll a bit down, we can see that Barbershop is compatible with Elementor, Gadgets, Home Decor, also Plants, Florio, Garderobe, etc. Now, I'm going to sell game desks, as you know, and I think the Gadgets template fits the most with my product. So when I view a live demo, I can see over here how my site will look a bit when I install it on my WordPress site. So you can just click through it. We can check the product page, for example. We can check the product list page. And this is exactly how it's going to be imported in our store. Now, in order for us to start using Blocksy, we need to do a couple of things. So when we go back to our WordPress backend, you can see that I have not installed WooCommerce yet. So when I go to my WordPress dashboard, there's one thing I should do. First, I need to go to Appearance and then select Themes and then Add New Theme. Then over here, I can search for the theme Blocksy. And you will see that Blocksy will appear and we can just install it easily by clicking on the install button. Once installed, we can activate it. And once it's activated, we will be immediately asked to install another plugin, which is called Blocksy Companion. And Blocksy Companion is mandatory in order for us to import the starter sites like I just showed you on the website of Blocksy. So here you see the notification and let's click Install Blocksy Companion. Perfect. Now, before we can start with importing our starter site, there's one additional thing we should do. We should go to jessicariche.com/Elementor. And there you should purchase a premium Elementor plan. I would advise to start with Advanced Solo, which will cost you €79 a year. And this will give you access to Elementor Pro and all their Pro widgets. Now, first, before you can install Elementor Pro, you need to install Elementor for free. And for that, we can go to Plugins, Add New Plugin, and search for Elementor. And in this case, I've already installed this particular plugin, but in your case, you can just click on Install Now. I will click on Update Now. And then once you have installed the free version of Elementor, the second thing you need to do is you have downloaded the Elementor Pro plugin. It's a zip file from the Elementor Pro website once you have purchased the premium plan. Here you can upload a plugin, choose the file, and then select Elementor Pro, and then install the file now, and then immediately activate it afterwards. Now, when we go to the plugins list, you can see that I have both already installed. I have Elementor, I have Elementor Pro, we've just added Blocksy Companion, and we've added the Blocksy Theme. Now, what we want to do is we want to import our starter site, and like I showed you just now, I want to import gadgets, because gadgets feels a bit similar to game desks. So what I'm going to do for that, over here, Blocksy has added a menu item, and when I click on it, I can go to starter sites. And in starter sites, I can first add a filter, so I can say I only want e-commerce templates, and I want templates that are supported on Elementor Pro. And there we can see the gadget starter site. Now, first things first, before I click the import button, I want to show you the comparison. So when I go to my site currently, this is how it looks. And what I want to do is I want to import, of course, gadgets so that it looks like this. So for that, we're going back to my WordPress backend, go to starter sites, search for gadgets, and click the import button. I can also install a child theme, which I will do in my case, because if I want to make some changes within my theme, code-related changes, it's better to use a child theme. And I want to use Elementor as a page builder. Now, I don't want to import the mandatory plugins, so I don't like to use WP Forms, so I will disable that one. And I want to import all content, options, widgets, content, and I want to have a clean install. So if I had a previously imported starter site, I want to Blocksy to remove it before it imports the new site, and then install. Now, this will take a couple of seconds to minutes, but once it's done, the magic has happened. Bam, and it's done. Now, there are two things we can do. We can customize the site, or we can view the site. And let me first view the site, because I'm curious how it looks now compared to what we got just a couple of seconds ago. So this was our old site, and now this is our new site. That's insane, right? It just imports literally everything like we noticed. Like this is the template on the Blocksy side. You can see the URL. And this is our website. It's insane. It's exactly the same. Now, this already saved us like hours of time to check what kind of design we want, how we want to arrange all the widgets, how we want to show our product. So this is an enormous time saver. But it now looks not really like our brand, right? Because we have our own logo, we have our own colors. So what we want to do next is we want to customize it a bit so that it will look more like our own web shop. And for that, we can go back to the WordPress backend and we can choose the Customize button. And it will bring you into the Blocksy Builder, where you can upload your logo, decide what kind of fonts you want to use, etc. So first things first, let's go from top to bottom. If we click on General, we can change the layout. So we can change the maximum site width. If I change it, you can see that it's becoming wider or smaller. Now I will leave it on the default setting. The same goes for content area spacing. So this is the content and it has, of course, space around it. You can make that space a bit wider. These are all details. Normally, I will not touch these details. Now, we can also design the buttons. So the minimum height of the current buttons is 50 pixels. If I want to make it smaller, let's say 40, you can see that it will become smaller. And also you can change the hover effect. So if you want to have an hover effect, you can enable it over here. We can also add a design. So now we have the font color, which is black with sort of light gray background. and font color white with a purple background. We can see it over here. And this is the hover. So let me show you the logo that my Fiverr guy designed to also get my colors. So I paid $44.38 for it. It's not the perfect design, but I'm happy with it. It's doable. And it's also not like the perfect source file you would like to see because it has a background color and stuff. But for me, this works. I really like it. And I also like the color. So I'm going to use this logo in this particular video series. Now I've downloaded that logo, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that logo into Canva so that I can remove the background and also so that I can pick literally the colors that are used. So let me upload the media. And then this is the one. And then use it in a new design. And there you have it. And then the first thing I can do is I can remove the background. Perfect. So now it's white. And what I can also do is I can pick a color. So if I, for example, add an element like a square, and I want to have the orange color or the green color, bam, and then I can copy here the color code. It's so easy, guys. You just need to know all these kinds of tricks. Now, what I want to do is I want to have my background. Let me check. This is the current color. It's using a color palette. Okay, let's not change this one. Let's change the color palette. So when I go back and again back and we're going to colors, here we can see the color palette. And I can change the color palette over here. So for example, color 6, I think that's the button color. Yes, it is, because you can see it immediately changing. And then we go back to buttons. And then I want to have the font color, which is black. I want to have it white. Okay. And then I want to have the hover color. I want to have that in orange. So when I pick again the pencil and pick the orange color, kabam. Go back to colors. And then I think this is the one. Is this? Yes, now it's orange. You see? This is perfect. I really like it. Okay, then we also see that it's gray, right? So it has a gray color. And normally I don't like gray colors. I like black more. But we're going to do it like this because I think it works well with the green and with the orange. And let me copy it. And then I want to use that also in the text. So the base text currently is this particular color, which is color 3. I will make it like this. And I will also make the headings. The headings are currently black. Let's make it also gray. Now, what you can see immediately is we have changed the color palette. So you can see, and that's why I love the color palette, that the entire website is changing. So all the colors are changing. And of course, we can correct everything within the builder and stuff, but this saves us a lot of time. We don't have to manually change each color, each element. We can just change the overall elements. Now, there's one thing I want to adjust, and that's the button colors, because the green gray doesn't really work. So if we go back up and we go back to general and then back to buttons, we should be able to change the color. And currently it has color 8, color 7. It doesn't make it white. So we need to investigate that a bit more. We can also say like make it white. Maybe that works. But nothing changes yet. So this is something we should check later on. Now, what I also want to do is now it says gadgets, and that's not my store logo. My store logo is Game Desks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a bit wider. Small. And make it as wide as possible. And yes, like this, and then we can say download, transparent background, download. Perfect. And ideally, we call it Game Desks logo. Perfect. Now, when we go back to the builder and we click on the logo, on the dots behind the logo, there we can upload a new logo. So if we click the pencil and we select this particular logo we've just created, and then select, it will be added over here and also here. Bam, bam. Perfect. Now there's one downside because transparent state logo should be white. And I'm not sure if I can change the color over here of my text. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background a bit. So when I go to the main row, we can again click design and you can see that the background currently is color palette 8, but it's a transparent background, you see, so it's made transparent. Now, if we make it white, then you can see it's already a bit better. But I don't really like it. So I think instead we should make sure that we also have a light variant of this particular logo. I think that's better. I can also make it a bit bigger so that it's better visible. And we can add the site title, we can change the content. For example, I can say like I want my menu here and I want my logo in the middle. That's also a possibility. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. It's just a drag and drop system. Let me add the menu here. Okay, so this is with regards to the customizer. I don't want to waste too much time by showing you every single detail, but the important part is that you can just click over here, walk through the general elements, change your fonts, change your colors, buttons, logos, everything. And if you have done that, you can work from there to the actual pages. Now, when I click the cross and publish my changes, so let's go back to the backend and let's go to pages. There we can see the home page over here and we can click on edit with Elementor. And when we edit with Elementor, we can see the exact same home page like we see over here. So now we're in the page builder and we can edit the home page. And of course, I'm not going to sell iPhones. I'm going to sell game desks. So I don't want to see an iPhone over here and I need to replace the images, need to replace the text, maybe spice it a bit up. So I'm not going to do my entire design within this video, but I'm going to show you how to change certain elements in your site. As you can see, I'm moving my mouse. I can already hover over certain elements. So for example, over here it says iPhone 12 Pro. I can change that to premium game desks for everyone. And then I can also change the style. So I can change the typography, for example. I want to have it a bit closer. And I can add over here from 150. And also I can change the button over here. So let's change the color into, yay, now it works, into white. And I can add a video. I don't like to add multiple call to actions into one particular page because the only thing you want here is people to buy or to check out your products. So instead, to create buy now, I will say check, discover our game desks, and then redirect them to the shop page, which will come, of course, later on because I don't have products yet. Now, I also want a picture of a game desk. I can do two things. I can either go to my dropshipping supplier, Big Buy, or I can go to pexels.com. So I can check for desks in Pexels, which is more, well, not really related to an actual desk. It's more like a setup with desks. Or I can go to my dropshipping supplier, Big Buy, and go to the catalog. and search for a game desk that I'm going to sell, and literally download the product there, because I'm allowed to use one of those images. So game bureau. Now let's say I want to have a complete image, which is more convenient. Let me use this one because I like that it also remote, so that you know that you can switch the LED light. But basically I can just copy the image, then go back to Canva. Canva is like the best over here. Create a new design. Most of the time I create a new design in Square. So 1500 with 1500. And then paste it over here, make it a bit bigger, and make sure that it's that it has a transparent background. So here it says delete background. So I will do that. And then download, choose transparent background, and then download again. Now, what I can do next is when I go back to the page builder, over here you see the iPhone, and I can't click on it. That's really annoying, but that's because it's a background image. So when we go to, I think it's in the column, or maybe it's, let me check where it is, in the container. Here it is. You can see it over here. So instead, I will upload the game desk. And there you have it. Cool. So now I have a desk image. I have changed the title and stuff. I can also change, of course, the benefits. And I can do the exact same in every single element over here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through every page of my website, change the designs to what I prefer. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to start with importing the products and make it like complete. So I will not make you tired about showing all the changes I'm making. I'm looking forward to show you the end result, because you will be shocked. It will be completely different from what you see here, because for me, this is only an inspiration and a nice setup to get a nice structure, but I will add my own spice to it to make it like very sexy. Because you know, in the first video I told you I like sexy products, I also like sexy websites. So it needs to have a better touch. So I think those were the most important parts about designing. Know that Elementor Pro is a page builder. If you click on Edit with Elementor, you can literally click on every single element. With Blocksy, you can import a starter site where you can just start from scratch. And with Blocksy, you will also configure all the general settings of your theme. So logo, font sizes, colors, everything. So if you combine the two well together, then you will have an insane store, which will be fast with regards to performance, also fast with regards to how fast you can build it, and it will look very shiny and nice and sexy. So, good luck with designing. Let me know if you need any assistance, have help, have any additional questions, because I'm aware that this video needs way more minutes to explain every single detail, but I just want to give you the first steps, and the rest you need to investigate yourself. In the next video, we're going to jump into WooCommerce, how to set up payments, shipping clauses, and taxes. So hopefully I will see you in the next video in a couple of days. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, everything where you can support me. And hopefully you like this video. See you in the next one.